Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in the Tier 7 Italian tank destroyer, the SMV CC-56. If you do like the video, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe down below, as it really does help out the channel. And yes, the SMV CC-56. It's a tank that when I ground through it, I did not like it. Do I still not like it? Yes! I'm not a big fan of this tank because the gun is extremely derpy, the armour doesn't really work, if I'm honest, and then... well, the reload's pretty good, but you do have that Italian reloading system, that I want to call it. It's not really an auto-loader that you'd think typically of, and that is because, well, it's not an auto-reloader, but it is an auto-loading gun, but it's not your typical auto-loading gun. And why do I say that? And that's because the intra-clip reload on this tank is 7 seconds. That's a theme of the Italian tank destroyers, is that they have really fast clip reloads, but then their intra-clip are fairly long, and that's because it's to keep sustained DPM for the tank, is the way it does it, so that even if you were to get ammo racked, you still have the sustained DPM of the clip with the intra-clip, because, you know, the ammo rack doesn't affect the intra-clip or if you lose your loader, etc. That's the whole point of it. That's their sort of gimmick, is the fact that you never lose DPM with when you've got a full clip loaded, but you do have to manage the clip. But naturally, they all, because the intra-clip is so long, they tend to have pretty fast reloads on the clip itself. And like this tank reloads in 14.5 seconds with the setup that I've got for the clip, which is really quickly. And you're seeing here the intra-clip reload. But that means that when you are in a situation like we've just done, where we've tried to pop a shot at the SU-100, well, the SU-101, and we missed because, well, the gun derped, that we just decide, okay, you know what, it's not long to get the clip back in. With a food boost, it's 13.6 second reload, which is really quick, and we can just have a full clip and be ready to go yet again, which is definitely something that is very nice for this tank. But yeah, the things on this tank that aren't very nice is stuff like the base accuracy is 0.42, which is really just not very nice at all. It misses so many shots that you feel like it really shouldn't, which is just frustrating. You've got a 2.7 second aim time, which is 10, because the gun bloom is also fairly large. It means that it takes forever to aim in, and you really feel that 2.7 second aim time. And you will miss a lot of shots with this tank. That's something you've got to bear with, to be honest. The gun handling, the thing is for me, is the mix of the terrible gun handling with the fact that the armor isn't that good, and that your top speed is 31 kilometers an hour, which is really slow as well. It just all mixed together with also the fact that you've got 350 meters view range, so you're fairly blind. It just all mixed together makes a tank that I just loathe playing. I'm just not a fan of it, and it is an absolute pain to get through. And it's one of those things with this Italian tech tree that I played through, the tank destroyers. I really enjoyed the Minotauro. I really enjoyed the Tier 8, the tech tree Tier 8. I thought the SMV CC-67 was really quite fun. This tank, the Tier 7 and the Tier 9, I did not enjoy whatsoever, and I just felt like they were an absolute chore to get through, and it's just one of those tanks that you really had to get through to get to the better stuff further on. You do have 320 damage in this tank, with 175 penetration on the standard AP round, and 212 on the penetration on the APCR rounds, which for a tank destroyer, again, is a little bit low, but again, it's probably actually more standard for Tier 7, if we're honest, though. And yeah, it's again, mixed bag with this tank that just makes me go, I'm not a fan. I'm really not a fan of the way that this tank handles. Your ammo speed, your shell velocity, is 903 meters a second on the standard AP rounds. The APCR rounds is 1,186 though, which isn't too bad, and that does make the gun handling feel a little bit better. And one of the other good things, well, the two good things as well that do help the tank quite a lot if you can use it, is the fact that you do have 10 degrees of gun depression, which makes working a ridgeline absolutely fabulous, and you have really good base camo. And with the setup that I've got, you get 257 meters of steel concealment, which is definitely great. And talking about setups, what do I run in terms of crew on the SMV CC-56? I run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Situational Awareness, Trap Mechanic, Clutch Braking, Steady Aim, Snapshot, Run and Gun. I run the 3 gun perks because this gun is utterly atrocious, and you really want to help out as much as you can. The Clutch Braking to make it so that its track traverse is better because it is slow. On the old track traverse, you really want to help the mobility out as much as you can. That's another thing that's really bad about it. And yeah, all the other perks are generally what you're taking World War II. And you might be going, well, you said the camo is good, so why didn't you help the camo? That's because I feel like the camo is good enough by just taking the equipment that we take. And that is, I take the camo net, the traction system, and the optics. Traction system to help me get up to a 34 km/h top speed, so that I can actually hit that top speed, because I do. and just be that little bit quicker, but also to be able to have a better track traverse too, because the track traverse is really slow on this tank. I really wanted to help the track traverse, and the camo net to help the camo out on the tank as much as possible, so I can play that more snipey tank destroyer role when I really need to. And you get the camo, like I say, down to 257 meters of still concealment with that camo build, but with that camo net. So obviously, naturally, you can make that better with crew skills, but 257 is good enough. So we finished that first game with 2.8k damage, 1400 assistance. You can see we were stuck in a really awkward situation with that Viperia because we couldn't really pen it unless we got its side. But we managed to get the few shots in. We finished 2.8k damage, 1400 assistance. The ace tanker with 1796 base XP. A really nice game there for the SMV CC-56 in a tier 8 game. And we're on to the second replay. And the second replay, we're over here on this map, which is... It's right in front of you, you moron. Cliff! I do that so often. I sit there looking into the sky going, what is this map? I can't think of this map. If you just looked at the screen directly in front of you, it says Cliff. Oh, God. Well, there we go. So, we're on the second replay, and this Cliff. So on Cliff, what I want to do is get to the position at E6, get hull down, and shoot the people that cross up the H line. Now, the problem with the SMV CC-56 a little bit for that is the fact that you are a little bit slow. And because you are that little bit slow, it means that they all might get across that gap before you get into the position that you want to be in to start farming away, which can be, again, just a little bit frustrating, a little bit awkward. But because we're slow, we might be in a position to catch the shot into the MX-30 Proto, which we're just not looking at. It's actually... This side is a little bit more awkward for shooting people that are climbing on the hill because the rock juts out just quite a bit. That means that, you don't always see the shot into those guys, which can be a little bit annoying. It's far better at shooting the guys up on the hill from the other spawn. But we've actually managed to get ourselves to this position at E6, where we can now shoot across at the 45 TP, shoot across at the Tiger 1. And it's like, hello, Mr. Tiger 1, just take my shelter. Thank you very much for giving me your free side. We're going to use our turret armor, because we don't have very good armor, if I'm honest, on this tank. But we do have turret armor. It's not the best turret armor in the universe, but it can bounce. So it's something that we're going to try using. And we pop over, manage to ricochet the SU-130 PM off our turret armor, and get those 3 shots out of our clip into the enemy team. Like I say, the armor on this tank, the lower plate, the upper plate are poo. The lower plate is massive, it's really easy to pen, which means people go through it all the time. The upper plate is not very big, which means the lower plate is so huge that it's easy to hit. But it can ricochet shots, but again, especially when you get in the higher pen stuff like those SU-130 PMs, etc., they will just go through your poor upper plate as well. The turret armor on the front is good up until you're facing stuff like 230, 240 pen. So again, measure what you're facing. So against some of the tier 8s like that, SU-130 PM wasn't guaranteed to go through our turret, so I was quite happy to try it and be cheeky and see if I could bounce it. But yeah, it's just one of those things. You've got to measure what you're facing when you're going hull down in this tank, because you have got decent turret armor, you've got good angles, so you can ricochet shots, but you don't want to be overconfident in how good the turret armor actually is. So we start taking shots here from the base, from the AMX M449, the HMH version over there. We go for the cupola shot, and did I say that the gun handling is awful? Well, clearly not, as it flies straight into the turret, well, straight into the cupola, which is a fairly difficult shot to hit, but I suppose RNG's a thing, right? And we're just going to wait for the reload, which again, like I say, it's very, very quick. You see, in 14.5 seconds reload without the food boost is really quick to get a clip back in. And we are ready to go. We're just going to be patient, because they have won the hill, which is obviously not good for us. And we've got a 45 TP directly in front of us. So realistically, the hill needs to be won, which there's still a medium tank left on the hill. This 45 TP gets lost, and we can start farming the guys that are camping in their base. Because this is a problem with Cliff, is that people that sit on the one line will get absolute trashed if you win the top. Because we've won the top now. Once that medium tank's gone off the hill and this 45 TP is dead, we can now farm all of the people that are stuck at J1, J2 with absolute impunity, because we can spot them very, very easily, and then we can just start working them over while we're hull down. Which is why it's never a good thing to have most of your team sit down there. Obviously, having 1 or 2 people covering that flank is a good thing, but most of the time, if you have too many people sit down there, you just automatically lose the game. And that's basically what is happening to this enemy team. We get 1 shot into the Earthshaker there, which tracked him in place, which gave us a bit of assistance. We're now trying to find a shot with awkward gun approach depression into this T-77. You can see I'm just trying. It's like, can I get it? No, okay, I'm just going to drive up and over. So we pop the shot straight towards the T-77, and he starts looking at us, so it's like, nope, 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 not doing that. Maybe I can get gun depression on this side of the rock. I can. We're just going to aim for his drive wheel again. Didn't track it this time, but we do get the penetration. And we're also spotting some of these guys. The SU-100M1 gets a shot into us from over there. Gets a shot into our side, I think, which is sad because that means we're a one-shot for some of the tanks like T-77. But we have shots into his upper plate there. We're not going to see him unless he fires again because the SU... Obviously, the SU has very, very good camo. The medium tank behind us has poked round. So we're going to swivel around to see if we can get a shot at the APM-X30. But we couldn't quite get the shot at him because he managed to get away before we could see it. But he drives back round, and we get the shot in to shut down and finish off that APM-X30, sorry. And we get our third kill of this game. We're at 4.3k damage with 827 assistance. And now there's only two tanks left. There's the heavy tank down at G2 and that SU. We know the SU can't kill us in one shot, and I'm kind of hoping that if he does fire, we'll spot him and thus get the assistance. We do have the back of the AMX M445. We're detected, which is that SU looking at us. Thankfully, he bounces, just waiting on the aim time, put the shot straight through his upper plate, angle up, he misses, and there's just the AMX M449 left, who has rushed straight into the rest of the enemy team, oh, sorry, our team, really, and gets himself shut down. We finished the game with the victory. Top of the team, 3 kills, 5,004 damage, 2.2k, nearly 2.3k base XP. Really nice game there for the SMV CC-56 with 887 assistance, which is, yeah, a pretty nice game for it. Finished with the medals, Ace Tanker, Sniper, the Confederate, the High Caliber, with that 2.3k nearly base XP. Really great game there for the SMV CC-56. And yeah, it's just a tank that I really don't enjoy this tank whatsoever. But you can still have a pretty decent game in it, as we've just shown, in pretty bad matchups because they were both tier 8. So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.
A great success.